All right, hello. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to It's Never Sunny in Duskvol, episode 13. Hi, it's our luckiest number, and speaking of lucky numbers, I just realized I have 666 followers on Twitter. So that's fucking awesome. I wish it was like Easter weekend or something like that, because that'd be even better. But I'll deal with this now, or like Halloween. So thank you, everybody. Anyways, I'm Eric. I'm Eric Fulgaris. I'm the GM of this game. I will be responsible for bringing Doskvol to life, making characters' lives messy and complicated, and playing, other GM things I'm failing to think of, playing to find out what happens, right? Being a fan of the players, and that kind of stuff. I forget what else is on my agenda. I should really open up the PDF. Anyways, let's just go around the corner here. And this is Blades in the Dark. It's a role-playing game by John Harper. It uses things called clocks as mechanics, and like a clock, we're going to go around clockwise here, introducing each other. So Jewel/Kelsa.
Hello, I'm Kelsa.
Hello.
Today I will be playing Jewel, who is a hound, which, if you're not familiar with Blades in the Dark, means that she fights from a distance and has a badass hunting pet. In this case, a really cool monkey named Mr. Bubbles, who is obviously better than everybody else's monkey.
Our monkeys are pretty shit.
Jewel is what are my she is obsessed with puzzles and vicious.
Wow.
So,
I forgot you are vicious as well.
Yeah, I took
Not just cruel.
2 traumas on our first episode. It was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, so.
Yeah, if no one's ever watched our first episode, boy, that's what happens when a game goes wrong. Like, that was a bad heist.
We rolled so poorly, and we made so many poor decisions. It was.
We were this close. This close.
You weren't very close at all.
No.
No, we were so close.
Yeah.
I could smell it.
But thank you so much for joining us, Kelsa. Super excited to have you back. Let's just keep this going, though, and going around the horn here. Paul, you're next on the chopping block. Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
I'm Paul. I'm Liefington on the internet. I'll be playing Seer, who is a leech, which means he can do a whole bunch of different things. But this specific leech is more of an alchemist type. But it can also deal with drugs or poisons or like blowing shit up. So he's a dabbler, and he dabbles in a lot of stuff. Mostly rolling like crap though. So
Philosophically, morally, spiritually, and existentially a dabbler.
yeah.
Maybe we haven't seen it yet, but probably sexually too.
God. Yeah, we have like one really slow burning romantic subplot.
Yeah, we'll fix that. I'll put those gears into motion.
It's so slow.
Yeah. Last but not least, Asteyni, welcome aboard.
Hello, I'm Asteyni. I play our resident slide Vale, master manipulator, liar, all around charming, awful person, and sort of like I don't want to say de facto, more like she just kind of decided that she was the leader of this group, and everyone's just like, yeah, okay, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think after like the first couple episodes of Sears Business's Choices, you were like, oh God, I guess I have to lead everybody.
Yeah, it's just like, no, this is all right. No, this is how you run a business, people.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have the best plans. They're all exquisite. We're gonna build some homemade drugs and make the blue coats pay for it. I don't know.
Everyone tells me I have the best plans. So speaking of that, so welcome aboard, everybody, to the SS Risky Standard, the Blades in the Dark ship. We are going to be returning to we didn't play last week, so we're going to be returning to the game that we were playing 2 weeks ago. And I like to start every game with sort of a recap. And the way I do that, and the way I like to incentivize that, is that one of the players gets to go ahead and do like a previously on Duskvol, previously on It's Never Sunny in Duskvol. You can just kind of give a quick little thing, 30 seconds or so, and you can recover 1 point of stress. Stress in this game is like your hit points, only there's also hit points in this game in a way, in the form of trauma that you never get back. So it's kind of like permanent hit points.
And there's also harm, which is
harm.
also kind of like hit
Yeah.
points.
And, there's a lot of things like hit points that aren't hit points. Anyways, yeah. So that's what we got going for us right now. So who wants to step up and do the previously on where we were? I'll give you a hint. It involves oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. Brightstone. It involves Brightstone. It involves a manor house.
I'm sure that I was the one that did the previously last week, so I'm disqualified.
Paul, how much stress do you have?
I'm right in the middle at 5.
I have 6. So, and I remember ending in a situation. So if you're okay, I'd like to do it.
You're like kind of in the shit. So if you want to do it, go for it.
All right. So we were looking to expand into Brightstone because if you haven't seen any of It's Never Sunny before, we run a tea house / whorehouse / drugs emporium. And we've got a hookup with the Hive, which they have the best shit. And we want to expand into Brightstone because they have money, right? And right now we're kind of in like the crappy part of town. So we decided what's the best way to do that, get in with the blue coats and then pounce on some property and get it at a bargain. And so the blue coats were like, hey, well, we have a job for you. There's this guy named Strangford, and we want you to test security on his place. And so we do some research on him. We get the bright idea. We're going to pretend that Vale is his niece, arrive in style, and then just kind of lie our way into his study and steal the thing. The box is like a black box that we're supposed to steal and get out. And if we can do that, then we've successfully said, hey, you need to up your security. And if we don't, then we're probably going to get found out and killed. So that's kind of where we're at now. And I was poking around, almost got poisoned, and I was in his study, going to go through his desk when I heard a voice behind me, and that's where we ended.
Yes. Do you remember what the voice said?
Something like, you should, I wouldn't do that if I were you, or something like that. Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to clear my 1 point of stress now.
Yeah, that's because you're probably going to need it.
That's why I did it.
Emerging, emerging from the shadows is a not transparent. No, it's not that's the wrong word. Maybe translucent is the best way to put it. Like a shimmering specter of a man wearing one of those like really old school. I'm thinking of like Dickensian top hats with that like half cloak thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like on the shoulders that comes down like halfway, sort of like the top part of like a rain jacket.
Like a mantle?
Yeah, it's a mantle. Yeah, exactly. It's a mantle. Like a fancy, like this guy's dressed up to go to the opera, right? Like that sort of like to the nines style of stuff, and he's expecting it to rain kind of thing, right? So it's a ghost.
I have a question. Does he look, because there were like family portraits in the halls.
Yes.
Does he kind of have the family resemblance? Does he not look like that at all?
I don't know, Asteyni. That's Asteyni's question.
Oh, sure.
That's a good question.
Well, would I recognize him from any of the portraits?
Yeah, do you want to roll for that?
No.
Okay. that's more than fair. Yeah. So this shimmering guy looks like he's dressed up to go to the opera, right? He says remember, lets us like recap the last like 10 seconds of the previous episode where we're coming in. He says like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. The man looks for being a ghost, he looks very old. Like late 70s as a ghost though, but like I don't not like that really matters. But he's he has like if he were alive, he would have like a long or like a well kept gray beard. It just has a very I'm sorry guys, my brain is kind of like not
off.
coming up. Yeah, it's off. It's not giving me the words that I want. It's got that sort of like Sean Connery, like genteel elder kind of guy appeal to him. And he looks at you. What's going on in Vale's brain, or like what's going on right now when you see this ghost?
Well, I think the first thing is that I recognize he's kind of see-through, but I'm also glad that he's not whatever monstrosity Seer and I dealt with that one time.
Oh yeah, not the vampire thing.
And I think, at least for now, because like I wasn't expecting anyone to come in here, and I definitely wasn't expecting a ghost to come in here. So I think right now I'm just trying to buy time and trying to feel out the situation. So I think for now I just kind of like I heed his warning and I stop and I say, I still try to stay in character, pretending to be Strangford's niece, and I say, well, why not?
I think you know what? I think he's gonna he just straight up calls you on your bluff here. He's like, you can leave your character now, girl. Like I think I would be able to know my own grandniece.
Well, you haven't seen me in so long. How would you even recognize me? I've been down in the Imperial City.
Yes, never abandon the con.
Okay, yeah. I think because you're gonna push hard or whatever. I think he's gonna kind of like laugh. I don't think he's.
Well,
so here's the problem. If you want to roll, like, do you really want to roll to convince him of this? Okay.
Here's why. I have ghost voice. I know the secret method to interact with ghosts or demons as if it was a normal human.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to like talk to him this way, but the actual need to convince this ghost that you are in fact his grandniece is probably desperate. I'm thinking in terms of things, at words. What the fuck? The relative traits that go into the effect of this. You are at a disadvantage because of not scale, but tier or quality. Is here is a big problem. Tier is also a factor. So I'm thinking this is probably straight up desperate limited. Unless you have something to convince. I do have a fine
disguise kit. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that I use my fine disguise kit.
Yeah, no, that would boop it up. So standard.
Okay, so I will roll my sway.
And this is desperate, as this ghost is like, you're not my grandniece, and you're like, what? You never seen me so long? How did you know? And
okay, so I'm trying. I'll listen to a devil's bargain before I decide if I want to take stress or do that. If anyone has one.
You're not lying.
Oh, God.
Deep down.
Well, then, if I'm not lying, why would I have to roll?
Well, maybe in terms that you're not lying, that you actually are in some kind of way actually related to this family, is actually what I should say.
Hmm. Is that what?
So I'm related, but I'm not necessarily the niece.
The grandniece, yeah. Or maybe you are a grandniece of like someone removed, or like some kind of like weird hubbub that you actually are part of the Strangford family in some way.
Like a distant relative or something, but we are related. Yeah, I'll take that, so I don't have to take stress.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so it's desperate, standard effect, 1 extra die. I'm so good at rolling, and also that bumps up my resolve, so I guess I'll put it into a tune.
What the fuck? Okay.
You can't get
You're
me.
the best at lying. I mean,
You are the best at lying. Okay. Yeah. No, I think the ghost, it's like not believing you at all, and you do that, and like you're probably it's probably like approaching you, and you're backing up at the same pace or whatever, and then it's like it like goes into its coat, and you think it's gonna draw a gun or whatever, and then it turns and like pulls out its glasses, right, and like shakes them off and dusts them off and puts them on, and says, what? Do you remember the niece's name? What we gave it, real quick? I realize I don't have my notes. Okay.
I don't know that.
Can we just make up a name real quick? Trinia? Do you like Trinia? I like Trinia.
Yeah,
sounds like a great
Trinia's
name.
pretty.
Trinia.
All right, let me add that to my bio.
Trinia, I haven't seen you in so long. I thought you were dead. And in a sarcastic way, as a ghost, you could say that I thought you were dead, right? In only a way that a ghost could convey.
Of course not. I've just been down south living with Mama and Papa.
You would think that as you cross you sever your mortal coil, your eyes would stop degrading. But as he puts it on his glasses and says, like, what?
He cleaned off the ghost schmutz.
The ghost fog, the ghost plasm off his glasses, and so he's like, well, I know. He looks down. He's kind of sad. And he's like, well, I know better than to hug you, but tell me, what's the news from the Imperial City?
Well, we were just down there, so
Yeah.
I could probably give him some actual news.
Yeah, you could give him some actual actionable intel.
Yeah,
But I want to know if you actually do that or not.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna help give me legitimacy. Like, I'm living the lie until I can't anymore.
and who cares? It's just a stupid ghost. What could he possibly do, right?
Yeah.
Shut up, Kelsa.
So the ghost wants to ask you. It's like, now to the business at hand. What are you doing in my son's study?
Well, Papa said that he left something for me in here, and he said I could explore as much as I want when I came back, and he also said that Uncle would give me a pony, and I don't have a pony, and he's not here, and I can't wait, because I've always been very patient.
Oh, my girl. Do you really think that Papa would leave a pony in his study?
Well, it's not a pony, it's a box, and he said it was for me. It's going to be a present for my birthday. And, my birthday's not until winter, but I want it now. And you'll let me have a peek, won't you, Granduncle? Just a peek.
Are you referring to the box that you want to steal?
Yeah.
Okay, once again, like
a box. He doesn't
Okay.
know it's that box. I don't describe it in detail.
Right. Okay. So I think what he's going to do then is he's got a great idea. No, he's going to actually ask you to he's like, well, how about we play a game first?
What kind of game?
1 second. Your camera just shut out.
Oh, now we got to do the camera shuffle.
Yeah.
Everything stopped. Right.
Do you want like who needs to turn off their cameras?
No, it's
'Cause we
easy.
can
We just
do
fixed
that.
it. I just fixed it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. So you asked what?
What kind of game?
Obviously chess. There's a game of chess kind of like already kind of in play. Like some pieces are off the board.
Oh God. I guess, but it's gonna go badly.
He suggests it. He doesn't know. What will you do?
I kind of want to distract the ghost with chess and then try to see if I can get Mr. Bubbles to wrangle the game or something.
Well, didn't you send Mr. Bubbles back to get us like the rest of
No, because, like, you were seeing through his eyes.
Oh, and you told me to come get us, and then I left Mr. Bubbles.
Yeah, so Mr. Bubbles is still with me. You guys are in the hallway nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jewel and Seer are on our way over there.
Yeah.
So I think I at least right now, I want to indulge this ghost so that I don't raise too much suspicion.
Yeah.
So I think I go along with it, and I sit down so that the ghost's back would be towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over the board, and you said it's like already in play. Is like he wanting to resume the game, or does he want me to like reset it?
Resume the game that's being played.
Okay. So I think I sit down in front of whatever seat is facing the doorway, and I say, "Well, whose turn is it then?" And then I'm just gonna play him at chess.
Yeah. So like the chess is very much like this smoky colored glass versus it's like very like one of those like glass kind of like transparent cases. It actually lets ghosts touch and move.
Okay.
So he sits down and he kind of like puts his hands on his thighs and kind of looks over the board and says that I believe it is my turn. I think I don't know, like, so are you gonna try to like just distract him in order to do this then?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the idea.
All right, so then let's do a. This isn't necessarily a resistance for you. So the big thing at play here is your distraction. If your distraction can get there or not. So that's going to be what we're trying to figure out here. And so you're going to distract him by you're trying to play to like stall the game and stuff for that, right? From what I understand you were saying.
Not this. I just want to like keep up the ruse, and I'm playing the game as part of keeping up the ruse and putting his back to the door.
Okay.
So,
what do you think this is then? Consort? Or
I'm fine with either
thinking?
consort or sway. I mean, I'm still lying to him, pretending to be his niece. So I would probably go with sway.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot sway. Controlled. Standard.
Okay. I'm not going to take any stress. I'm just going to roll my 3 dice and we'll see what happens. I'll take a 5 on a standard.
Yeah. Okay. Boy. I think. Okay. So
this is controlled, right?
Yes.
So on a controlled.
I was gonna say it shoots down to
die.
risky, and I was gonna explain what happens with that. What were you gonna say though?
Oh, you normally have the choice to like hesitate and try a different tactic, but I don't think she would choose to do that. So you're right. Never mind.
Yeah. So I think what happens now is yeah. So I think he's like is really beating you. Like you're like not doing that great at all at chess as you're trying to like persuade him, and he's like check, like really quick, and it's kind of putting you at edge here as he's like, as the ghost kind of prods you a little bit, being like, don't tell me you forgot how to play. So I think now, potentially the ruse could be up or something like that. So I think this is going to be instead of, if you want to try to keep convincing him and stuff like that, it would be reduced from controlled to risky now.
Okay. Actually, I think what I would like to use, I'd like to mark off a use of my special armor against suspicion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And just ignore that effect.
Never mind. Cool. Yeah. All right. It's ignored.
The suspicion that you forgot how to play chess. Yes.
And so what does that look like?
Maybe
though?
she just sucks though.
I think
Just give me that.
I come up with some excuse about how ever since he's been gone, it was just really like sad for me to play chess, and so I never kept up with it because every time I would think of him and I would get sad. And so
Aw.
I'm just really glad that he's back and we're playing again, but my skills are rusty now.
Okay. But anyways, you get what you want. So let's cut over then to Mr. Bubbles, right? So,
I mean, hey, what's up? Well, Mr. Bubbles was just a monkey right now, though. That I think is the problem. Because there's kind of a disconnect because I think the last that Jewel had heard was that you'd found the place and that Jewel and Seer should show up, and so she left Mr. Bubbles there as a monkey. So unless you have some other ideas.
Fortunately, we're speaking really loudly through that door.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. I feel ya. So you're speaking really loudly through the door. It's really obvious that you're playing chess with,
Someone.
Is Mr. Bubbles there in the room with you?
I think it got sent out to go relay this information, right?
He didn't need to because Kelsa was
connected.
her mind link with
Got it.
I severed the mind link, and so it's just a monkey, Mr. Bubbles. But I think we get outside the door, and Jewel turns to Seer, and it's like, keep an eye on, I want to try something, and ducks into a room across the hall.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And takes a seat and is gonna go back into Mr. Bubbles and is basically like Seer, keep an eye on my body kind of thing.
I'm right at the door. I'm like, but we could just go in and help her. Come on. But whatever.
I mean, you can still do that. She's.
But no, he decides against it because
Okay.
you're telling him no, we're gonna do it like this.
We're gonna do it super spooky weird.
And Seer.
You're okay with that, Seer?
Yeah, Jewel, I can trust Jewel.
All right.
Okay.
I want to do shit, but if Jewel says it's like that, I think I can trust her.
All right. So she closes her eyes, and then Mr. Bubbles opens his eyes, and is in the room with Vale and this ghost, and there's so there was a box that we were specifically looking at stealing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that we need for this quest, right?
Yeah. That was your object for the security.
Okay. So yeah, I think Mr. Bubbles is going to keep an eye on the ghost because the ghost is looking in the direction of the desk. I'm assuming. It's not towards the door.
No, it's not.
Now
towards the
my
door.
words are failing me. This is contagious, Eric. How dare you?
No, brain drool.
You're bringing the herpaderps. So Mr. Bubbles is going to go and basically underneath the desk try to just grab the box and pull it back underneath the desk without being noticed, which I believe is going to be Prowl, which I believe I'm really bad at. That is not where There we go.
Also, Mr. Bubbles is still dressed up like a pretty princess.
Right,
part
of
of
course.
the
Which means that he can hide the box under his pretty princess dress.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I have 1 in Prowl, and if I push myself, I will
Take 2.
trauma out. So, are there any devil's bargains that you might? And can I count? Asteyni, can Vale?
I was going to help by being distracting.
Perfect.
Which would be 1 stress, right? To help.
Yeah. So what's my position here? And do you have a devil's bargain for me, Eric?
Yeah, so your position here would probably be, I'm going to say desperate. It's probably desperate. And to get across the place unnoticed, it's not that far, so probably standard.
Okay. And any kind of devil's bargain? Does anybody have a devil's bargain?
Yeah, does someone else have a devil's bargain?
Your body gets discovered. Or someone comes knocking while you're in Mr. Bubbles.
Maybe. I mean, if someone comes knocking and discovers my body, that means that Seer has abandoned me. Seer, would you have done that?
Well, I just mean like Seer would have to deal with someone wanting to go into that room.
I guess that's fair. That Seer could then have to deal with whatever.
Yeah, okay. Somebody else shows up.
I mean, I'm not like I'm trying to throw you under a bus or anything, Paul. But...
No, it will probably go fine.
I'm just trying
you're good. You're fine. This is easy.
Perfect.
You got this.
So, I'll take the devil's bargain that someone shows up to the room where Seer and Jewel are at.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what happens. Go, Mr. Bubbles. Yay!
Yeah! Good job.
All right, this is how you
There's
win
like 2 little monkey hands coming up from the desk.
Yep.
Yeah, the monkey's really good at grabbing boxes now.
Right?
Okay. Does it open it, or does it take it, or what?
No, it puts it under its dress, and then it's gonna head probably over to Vale, and make little monkey I made a mess in my monkey diaper noises.
Yeah. Okay, Vale.
I look down at Mr. Bubbles and I say, Sophia, honestly, I'm sorry, granduncle. This is my pet monkey. Mama gave it to me. It's from the south. And I need to go. You're so stinky now. Bad, Sophia, bad. And I think I scoop up Mr. Bubbles and say, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And I go to head out.
Yeah. I think the ghost of the father of Lord Strangford, just politely like nods, like he understands or whatever. And he's like, he has all the time in the world, so
perfect.
He probably says that. He's like, I got all the time in the world. And lets you go.
Okay, awesome, perfect.
But all right, then let's cut over then to Seer.
Oh God.
So yeah, I think like the seneschal lady like starts banging on the door. What do you do?
All right. Like, it's occupied.
It's not a bathroom. Let's go.
Yeah,
They need you.
Like, I have like a minute? I'll be right out.
I think he bangs on the door again. It's like, no, you're what's the best way of putting it? I'm trying to think of the best word. Something about like you have to go clean up Trinia's pet would be like the best thing or whatever. Like you're on pet bit duty. So it's like, no, they need you now. If you don't open this door or whatever, then I'm going to unlock it and drag you out there by your ear.
Like, does Vale and Mr. Bubbles see this from the outside?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't think Vale's back yet, and neither is Mr. Bubbles.
Well, because
Like
we were like on our way over there when we ducked into a different room. That was how I thought it was going down. So if that's not accurate,
I thought you guys were a little bit further away from the action from there.
No, because we got close enough to the action to hear that she was having a conversation with someone, and that we didn't want to just walk in on that.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you probably do hear that.
Okay. In that case, then Jewel can vacate Mr. Bubbles and wake up and be like, "It's okay, Seer, let's go."
All right. I like ruffle your hair and ruffle mine, and then like smear your face on like my neck. All right, let's do this.
Okay, I mean, you open the door and the seneschal kind of just like gasps. What do you do?
Yeah, like I'm like adjusting my clothes and like my hair that's like messed up, but I'm putting it straight.
And Jewel just glares at him like, "What are you gonna do about it?" Like,
"Boy, I bought your property." And she's like starts like, stammering. Do you guys just like run out?
We've been on the road very long. We have privacy. I'm sorry. Yeah, like.
And I'm probably just like standing right outside there, and I put like one hand on my hip, and I'm like, "Excuse me, Sophia needs changing."
and over then, and like Jewel puts her arms out, and Mr. Bubbles like jumps over, and she's like, "I'll take care of this," and then heads down to the servants' areas.
With Mr. Bubbles?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the box.
Okay, leaving Vale and Seer.
Alright. Are we giving the "it's time to get the fuck out" sign?
Yeah, what is your guys' escape plan?
We don't really have one.
Of course we made an escape plan. Don't know. Absolutely we made one. It definitely was.
How are you going to get all of your guards and your crew out of here with no one noticing?
Well, I don't think we are without no one noticing.
No. Here's obviously it's not without no one noticing. Everybody's going to notice because this evening there's an opera, and we're just all going to go en masse to take her to the opera and just not come back.
Perfect.
But all your stuff is in there. Remember all of the
boxes,
the empty boxes that were
and the luggage.
Yeah, the empty luggage that we brought that we could just leave there.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna leave a bunch of luggage boxes around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we bought it secondhand. From like a pawn shop or?
I mean, we spent all that gold, and we don't
true.
need the luggage, so we could just leave it there. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
So yeah, I think I get myself ready for the opera wearing the same clothes that I came in on, but and yeah, I'm just gonna take all my men are gonna escort me because it wouldn't be proper to leave without my full entourage of escorts. I take them with me everywhere, and if anyone questions me on it, I like yell at them for questioning me because I'm Trinia, and how dare you?
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna have to see here is that I think this will be this is like a linked plan, and I think this might be a transport plan. So I'm gonna roll an engagement roll here just to see if anything occurs along the way that could complicate this. So if you get a 6, you guys are good. If not, then
come on, 6.
I think based on the factors of what's going on, I think 3d6 sounds pretty fair. Keep highest. Yeah. Did I do that right?
No, I don't think so.
No, you need to put KH1.
Oh. Okay.
All those 5s.
Brilliant.
Ah, so it's so good, but there's a twist.
Okay.
Oh, you obviously the thing would be like you left something in there, something that could be traced back to you guys. Do you want to go back and get it, or do you just want to run the risk of being discovered down the road? You guys are like we fast forward, whatever at the opera. You guys get out all the time. You make it back, but then you realize you forgot something there, something identifiable. What is it? And are you guys? Is it worth going back, or are you just going to basically play the odds?
Identifiable to all of us, or one of us, or
I think all of you guys. I think what it is I think it has something to do with one of your crew members.
we just left an entire crew member there. Like,
Yeah, fuck, that's what it is. You left someone there. You fucking got left behind.
Oh god.
No, not one of you four. I'm thinking of somebody like
One of the thugs?
Yeah, one of the thugs he like fucking got out for a sandwich and came back and was like, oh shit.
I think he's on his own. That's my vote, but what do you guys think?
oh,
All right.
damn. That's cold.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, do you want to trust him to think that he can make it back and play it cool, or are you gonna like try to bail him out, or what? But it sounds like you're gonna leave him on his own.
I mean, that was my vote. It's not necessarily everybody else's vote.
Now that's no longer an identifiable item; it's an identifiable person
who could talk. That's scary.
All right, Eric.
I could kill him.
Is it Hicks?
Yeah, like, okay, so I think like we realize that we get back to base or wherever,
and everyone's like, "Where's
and
Jimmy?"
we're like, "Wait a minute, where's Jimmy?" And then you're like, "He's on his own." And then Jewel turns to Vale and was like, "I could kill him."
You fucking left Jimmy in Lord Strangford's house all alone.
He should have gone out for a sandwich. He knew the risks.
I feel like we're probably having this conversation like not around the rest of the gang. Like once we realize the problem, we were like, let's go speak in the back room.
I feel like someone else from the gang probably brought it up to you guys though. I feel like someone asked you, "Where's Jimmy?"
Yeah, I think that's what happened because we don't keep track of them. They keep track of them.
I'm like, and then I'm like, wait, no, Jewel would totally just be like, I'll kill him in front of everybody else. She doesn't give a fuck.
Jewel, let's discuss this in the back. How to get Jimmy back. And as soon as we're behind closed doors, I'm like, so you can kill him? He can't, it can't link back to us.
So you're gonna sneak back in there and kill that guy?
No, I'm gonna fucking snipe him from like a block away.
In Bright Crown?
I mean, yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it.
You know how hard that would be, right?
Pretty hard. I mean, it's easier than sneaking in there and killing him.
Not by much. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be rushed.
Yeah. Sierra's like not on board with this.
Well, what is our alternative then?
We leave him there?
And what if he talks?
Well, he shouldn't fucking talk because he's loyal.
He is loyal. That is true.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure his contract is loyalty until death. And so, if he's dead and becomes a ghost, how loyal is he?
That's a good point. You know what? I wanted to let you indulge in your viciousness, Jewel, but I don't. I think Seer has a point.
Man, look, if you don't have a plan to get into Bright Crown, like already, and set up a sniping spot to shoot this dude.
Oh, flashback to when I...
Okay, sure, 6 stress. Like, to start that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be so difficult.
Okay.
He's loyal. He can slip away. Yeah, like, go take a pee break and then just run. Like, he can get out.
You trust him?
I trust him to be loyal.
Okay.
Because we bought that trait.
Yeah.
So we'll just let him go and be like, Jimmy, and I think I would address the rest of the crew and I say, unfortunately, Jimmy was left behind. He should have made sure he stayed with the crew, but Jimmy is a resourceful man, as are all of you, and Jimmy will find his way back to us. I trust him as I trust all of you with all of our lives.
Ooh, they're not cool with that. Can you make some kind of roll to make them? You're gonna have to convince them here.
Like a command.
Command or consort?
Yeah,
Probably command.
Something. Okay.
But because like I'm trying.
I mean, that
to
makes
be
sense. Yeah.
the leader.
Yeah. Exactly. You're trying to be. Exactly.
Okay.
Because I mean, Jimmy's their friend, man. You just be like, fucking leave Jimmy behind.
We
He
already
should have
did,
known
though.
that. Like,
It's
I know, but like, I know what I'm saying though is you're telling them not to do anything about it and that to trust him, and he's fucking their boy. Jimmy's their boy.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. What's my position?
Do you want to group action this? Or do you
How much stress will I take if they both fail?
well, you can take 2.
I can afford to take 2 stress, so I can group action.
Well, it'd be 2. I think that that the way that Jewel is commanding here in this group action is just in the background putting away her sniper rifle. Like, I guess I don't need this because we trust Jimmy.
Relative.
And Cyril will be listen. Like if he gets picked up by the blue coats, then we'll totally bail him out. But he has to get out by himself because we can't go back in there. Like
if we go back, we put all of us at risk. And let's group action. What's our position?
Just assumedly desperate, because this is not planned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. That means
standard effect.
Who's all going with you?
What?
This is just us convincing.
Oh, just ordering them?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
like,
this would be risky then.
We're the boss.
Yeah, this is us just
risky. This could like open up a clock, I feel like, of like maybe losing that loyal trait or something like that, because you're not really being loyal to them.
I mean, we are. We're being very loyal to them by trusting them to do the right thing. And
you're making the roll.
I want to point out one thing, actually, mechanically, just like
yeah.
And that is this is a really good example of like John was talking about on Roleplay Blades about how sometimes when you reach the end of a score, there are certain times where it just makes sense instead of to roll for your entanglement to just pick one from the list. And this to me sounds like it would definitely be one of those times where you could just be like, this counts as, questioning where or whatever the appropriate heat level of thing is it's just Jimmy is now in custody of the blue coats, and then we can react to it accordingly.
Yeah. I like that idea, but right now
no, we still have to make this rule to make the gang not think that we're terrible people for not going after him.
But no, that's a really good point. I don't disagree with that style of stuff, but for some reason I think I would rather leave it up to the roll sometimes, but sometimes it does make sense for an entanglement. It really depends. It really depends as a GM. It's like, how many pieces do you have in play basically right now? Do you want to call in some of those fictional chips and immediately just play with that, or if you have some more fun and some free time, you know what, just let it go to the wind and see what it comes up, and we leave that an unanswered question in case you want to do that for the next part, right? It's like one of those kind of judgment calls you have to make as a GM, which is very difficult. But,
right. And I was just pointing out that this to me seemed like a really good example of that, because it was something that I hadn't really seen a good example of come up before, and that I just wanted to kind of shine a spotlight on that as another GM of Blades. That was what I was seeing. Anyway, I'm ready to make my roll here.
Is it risky standard then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And no extra.
Well, we succeed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but you are eating some stress. You're eating a stress sandwich right now.
Well, Sierra, you were also going to be part of this group action, so go ahead and roll, because I can... All right. So only one
that's
stress.
good.
Stress for me.
You also don't have the synchronized trait, though. But
no, but that's okay. We wouldn't have mattered.
Not bad. Not bad.
We got a
definitely-
6, so it's fine.
Yeah, I definitely think this is like what I'm doing, like taking apart the sniper rifle is not actually helping.
And so that's what's stressing me out. I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, "Ooh."
Oh God, is Jewel gonna fight everyone?
Yeah. So
Don't tempt me.
there's some discontention and stuff, but you soothe them down, to be like, you really step up and say like, trust me, like he's smart, he can do this himself. When they kind of have like you're kind of fighting their ethos of like leave no man behind kind of thing, but you're like, no, this is not how we do things here. We're gonna trust this guy, he's gonna make it back. And yeah, so that's cool. Score's over. You guys made it back then. Let's go ahead and do all of the downtime and stuff like that when we get back from the break. All right,
Okay.
so all the score
All right.
resolution and downtime. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.